Hello you and good morning. So I've got myself ready and now it's time to go and get some breakfast. I don't really fancy much, so I'm probably going to go to the Premier Inn and get the Continental. Hopefully it's not too busy. I'm feeling a little bit sick right now because of anxiety about going out today and being around lots of people and how I will cope with my health condition. Today is the London Dungeons and Sea Life Centre, but right now I must get on and go for breakfast. Safety first, can't sleep without some kind of lock on the door, and off we go. Good luck with getting out quickly. There is breakfast down there, but it's quite expensive and it's not really something I fancy, a full breakfast today. Attack of the door. Premier Inn is just over here, I believe, right at the end. Hopefully they'll let anyone come in to have breakfast. The other ones I've been to before do, and I'll just have the Continental, I think. I think the door is this way. Oh yeah. It looks like it's in two different buildings. This one and the one next to it. I want the restaurant. It seems to be behind key padlocks though, so I might not be able to get in.
Going down. Please mind the doors. Doors closing. Doors.
And I was right about that. No, you can't get in without a key card. So non-hotel guests can have breakfast. You have to ask them to let you in, which is fair enough. Well, it's very busy in here, so we'll see how long it takes, because I don't have too long for the dungeons. I also don't want to miss breakfast because I start feeling faint. I do like a bit of apple juice in the morning. When I first went up, the breakfast selection was quite poor. A lot of the items were missing. They did replace them, but they took some time to do so. And I was standing there waiting for so long that when I got back to my table, someone had cleaned it up and removed my apple juice and my cup of tea. Regardless of the wait, the breakfast was rather tasty. Well, I successfully managed to get down to the restaurant. I had to go down the stairs, which is fine. I can go down the stairs. It's going up, which is the problem. But luckily, the lift was working, so I could use that. I was a little bit naughty. I was just going for a Continental, but I ended up ordering the full English instead.
I want it all.
Which was very tasty, and I did that because as soon as I saw some people walking past with bacon, I thought I want some of that. I didn't go mad, only had a small breakfast, but it was a lot cheaper than the hotel I'm staying in, which costs around £22, and the Premier Inn was £12.99. So I can't complain really, and here we are, back in the hotel room, in good time. It's time to get myself sorted out. Just a quick note, the bed was quite comfortable, although I did have to have the light on at the other end of the room because I didn't like how dark it was, which goes to show just how well the curtains work. And now it's time to leave for the London Dungeons. Ooh, I hate these doors. Yes, I might say I hate those doors every time, but still use them. And there is a disabled access door to the right of them. But I'm challenging myself to use those doors because I don't like them. Overcome the fear. They're not going to crush you. They've got sensors and things, so it's fine to use them.
Oh, God.
We're heading in this direction again to go to the London Dungeons. There's the London Eye again. Can't believe I went up there. It was good fun though, I recommend it. I won't film my whole journey walking because it will be very boring with multiple stops since I can't walk very far. Unfortunately, you can't film in the dungeons. Oh God, it's busy, busy, busy. Ooh, lots of people. Nice view though. Hopefully you can see that. And here is the London Dungeons. Better get my ticket. Live, laugh, die. Ooh, spooky.
But is this the actual
Well, that's all I can film, so it's time to say goodbye. Well, I'm out. I've survived. I didn't do the drop tower because I can't really do that with the heart condition. Now I'm just going to have a look around the gift shop quickly and the tavern where you can have a drink. And then I'll probably head back to the hotel room until it's time to go to the Sea Life Centre. And this is the gift shop. And the tavern where you can have a drink at the end. It was a nice environment, but I didn't fancy having a drink on my own. Oh, daylight. It's nice to see daylight again. And the London Eye. I wonder what it's like to go on the Thames rocket. That always looks like fun, but I don't think I'm really feeling like it today. I think I'm going to put my feet up until it's time to walk around the Sea Life Centre. Well, the London Dungeons was very enjoyable, but I don't advise you going if you're very anxious and don't like the dark. If the dark makes you absolutely terrified, then there is a lot of darkness inside. Also, I just want to say, if you struggle standing and you're not very good on your feet, just be wary of the scene when you're with Guy Fawkes and there is a barrel of gunpowder about to explode, because the floor shakes underneath you. You also get squirted with water in a couple of places, just a tiny bit. It's 1 PM now and I haven't got the Sea Life Centre until 3:45. I will make my way back to the hotel room, put my feet up and maybe have something to eat. I'm not sure. I think there's a Subway on the way back. Whew. There's some slopes and hills around. Part of me does wish that I brought my wheelchair with me, but I couldn't have done with all the bags and everything else that I had to bring. You won't catch me running, I'd be on the floor.
Is this supposed to be fun?
Well, there's the sign for the Subway that I was talking about. Can't actually see the Subway itself. There's a pizza place, pizza and Italian food, but I can't see the Subway. Maybe it used to be where the pizza place is. There's another sign for Subway over there, but I can't see that. And here is the Subway. I thought I could smell it as I was walking down here. I thought it was all the way back down there, but no. It's not. It's here. Well, I got myself a Subway in the end. Thought I might as well while I'm near it. I can put my feet up for a bit and then have it. I've got a few hours to have a rest now until it's time for the Sea Life Centre. Well, I'm off out walking again, and this time to the Sea Life Centre. I'm shattered. My legs don't want to go, but I want to look around the place, so we're doing it. But I can honestly say I can't really walk very far. Well, the main reason that I'm actually here is to visit the heart hospital because I have my yearly checkup. I can definitely tell them I feel a bit worse. You'll probably notice a lot of cuts while I'm doing these bits to camera, and that's mainly because I have to keep stopping because I can't keep walking and I can't keep talking. I get out of breath. I just hope it's not too distracting. No, but what is distracting is thinking that you're turning the camera off when you're actually turning it on and recording the street as you walked past. I'm just impressed with how still my arm is in between swings. Now I go to film something interesting, raise the camera up and turn it off. But I don't turn it off, I turn it on and film the floor again. What you might have heard just then are some protesters outside chanting, "Save the penguins."
Fresh air! It's not fair! No fresh air! It's not fair!
Again, I didn't think I had the camera on, so that's why you see the floor. Hello.
It's more straightforward. It's pretty much exactly.
Oh, I've got a pacemaker, yeah. A pacemaker will set the alarm off, so it's a pat down and a search for me. And here we are in the Sea Life Centre. Toilets. Oh, I suppose I might as well go while there's one here. And here we are in the Sea Life Centre. Apparently, we just came down in dive pods. They looked a bit like lifts to me, but dive pods they are. We are now in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Look, fishes. Here we have various starfish. Swimming around in here is a couple of wrasses, a shanny, a blenny, and a top knot, apparently. I'm not making that up. These are the fish in the tank. In this tank are some anemones and sea urchins. I don't know if it's going to focus. There's a hiding tadpole fish under here.
Oh no.
Here they are. Swordfish, aren't they?
Very attractive. And here we have a tank with fishy wishes in. Is that a shark? Newborn sharks in eggs. Very strange. There's some big specimens in this tank here. Oh look, stingray.
My head above the water. Finally I can breathe again. Lost in the waves I wander, but in your eyes I see no pain. You're a holiday, a break from the rain. Sipping your sunshine, come take me away. In the water, finally I can breathe again. You're a dream, 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 dream. Standing in your presence, carry me away, honey. A dream, 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 dream.
It's quite relaxing here. When you have anxiety, this is quite a nice place to come. You just look at the tank and forget about everything else around you.
Dream, dream. Come take me away. My head above the water. Finally I can breathe again.
And the ocean impacts our everyday lives, maybe without us even realizing it. By regulating our climate
Underwater into the tunnel we go.
and protect these fantastic creatures that live in our oceans. Now Boris is in his early 30s.
Oh, you can see him better there.
Apparently there was supposed to be a sea turtle called Boris in this tank, but I hadn't seen him yet. He's supposed to be quite large. Sir, if anyone has fish lips, it's you. We were now entering the Pacific shipwreck. This is a rather large tank, but they have. I nearly missed the shark. I don't know how I missed the shark, but there it is. It's Easter Island. Oh wow, that's a big thing. Coral Kingdom. So lots of Finding Nemos in here. Cleaning the tank glass. Doing a very good job. There's some drinks available kind of halfway through. The drinks are £2.50 each. It is in fact the Banggai cardinal fish. Fun fact about seahorses some might not know, it's the male that gets pregnant and has babies. To help save the white seahorses, the Sea Life Sydney crew kicked off a breeding programme. They brought wild seahorses from Clifton Gardens in Sydney to the aquarium, where they helped them have many tiny babies. After they grew up big and strong, they were released back into the wild. And now it's time for the Rainforest Adventure. Ooh. Very jungle-like. I just hope there's no low-hanging fruits, so I bash my head. There's ants in there. Seem to have left the fish behind. But there are some bumblebee poisonous dart frogs I wouldn't like to have an argument with. They come from parts of Venezuela, Brazil, Guyana and Colombia. Here's Ben Fogel. In here, if I can film them, are freshwater stingray, all in the corner in the dark. The camera don't like the dark. We're walking through the jungle, a very low jungle. Height clearance limited. In this tank was another turtle and a crocodile. I believe it was a turtle, but if it's really a tortoise, then let me know in the comments. Either way, it has a very swanky leg sticking out and seems totally unbothered by the giant crocodile sharing the same log.
Turtle! It's going bob, bob, bob. Look, there's another one over there. I think it's the adult one. Daddy, the big turtle.
I think the crocodile had had enough. In this rather dangerous looking tank, we can see the red-bellied piranha. Its habitat includes major rivers, streams and lakes, and is normally found in South America. Fun fact, their stomachs are only as big as one of their eyes. Although, I wouldn't want to test that out for myself. I think this is a giraffe catfish, resting next to a ripsaw catfish. And I think that silver coloured one is the silver arowana. Just in case you weren't sure on which way you should go, there's a big arrow to help. Ooh, it's noisy in there. Now leaving the Rainforest Adventure via the toilets. That sounds like a good idea. And then you exit a lift after the rainforest toilets into a watery corridor. Apparently there's more on this floor. Oh, there's an underwater VR theatre, which I think I'll pass. Rock Pool Explorer.
That one again is not a real one to touch and temperature. Now I've got a true or false for you for starfish. Are you ready? Starfish can taste with their feet. Who thinks that's true?
Well, I think that's true.
You're correct. It's true. Well done. Boom. They just taste sweaty socks. But they are quite weird creatures without a brain, heart, blood, teeth, bones.
It sounds like she just described a plant. He's the big turtle I was missing. Boris. Possibly. Now it's time for the polar adventure. This must contain the penguins that the protesters were out there for. It's nice and chilly in here with the penguins. I can see what the protesters were talking about. They didn't have any natural sunlight or fresh air. I did feel sorry for these penguins. Since the protests took place, the Sea Life Centre and Merlin Entertainments have been meeting with independent experts, looking into what they can do to help improve the penguins' welfare. And apparently the penguins mark the last part of the aquarium. And it's been good fun. Lots to see, so enjoyable. And you can get to cool off with the penguins, because I needed to. They had these simulators which questioned if you could survive a hurricane. I didn't really fancy paying out for that, because I could just go and stand in my garden in Lincolnshire and get blown by the wind that way. Well, they have a little bar, cafe area near the end. You can sit and watch the animals in the tank. The fish. Golden damselfish. Is it wrong that in the same building there's a fish and chip shop? What I do know is wrong is me, because I thought the aquarium was over. However, there was a load of jellyfish to see. Says fill the sting. I think I'd rather not, thank you. Some bigger ones here. Oh good, there's a lift. Take me to the surface. And here's the gift shop. They're cute. And then you can get your photo from the end. I didn't get a photo, so out we go. Well, that was enjoyable. Some very big tanks, some very big fish, lots to see. Definitely worth going. But for me now, it's time to go back to the hotel room because I am exhausted. Oh yippee, it looks like it's raining outside. I did not bring anything for that nice view out the door. Top tip for you, if you're looking for Subway, which the sign for it is there, do not look on this row of shops because it is not there. It is in fact over here by this sign. Well, I just walked home in the rain and that's never pleasant because you get very wet when you have to keep stopping. I am not doing anything else today. It'll just be too much. So I'm going to put my feet up, relax for a little bit, recuperate. I might order something in to eat again. After Shrek's Adventure tomorrow, I move to the Premier Inn instead. And that's near the Heart Hospital, which is the reason I'm here. Now, I do have one more ticket to book, which is Madame Tussauds. I don't know if I'm going to manage that tomorrow as well. On Monday, the whole day is hospital appointments. And then Tuesday I have the train home. And really I don't want to just come back for Madame Tussauds. And that's the end of this vlog. Coming soon in the next one, I travel to a new hotel, pay a visit to DreamWorks Tours and Shrek's Adventure, and hop away to be dazzled by the paparazzi and rub shoulders with the celebrities at Madame Tussauds. So I hope you join me in the next video, and until then, tatty bye.